Hi, everybody. I am Holly Celiano. Today is Friday, February 7th, and just want to give you an update where we're at this week. There's a lot of confusion out there. I've had so many people message me how confused they are with this whole process. So I'm going to try to break it down for everybody so that you can understand it in layman terms. So when it's talked about there's no redemption centers, there's only exchange centers. Look at that as being synonymous with each other. So if you hear no redemption and exchange center, they're basically one and of the same. But let's look at the play on words, what they are. Redemption is the act of being saved from sin or evil. Do we really want to go into our appointment in a redemption center, which is associated with being saved from sin or evil? No. So maybe they've changed the word to exchange, which sounds much better, which is giving one thing and replacing it for another. And that's basically what we're doing. We are exchanging one currency and replacing it with another currency. So if you hear redemption center, just think exchange center, and that should clear that up. As far as banks being the only ones that can do this, and there's no exchange centers or quote unquote redemption centers, um, there are certain banks that will be allowed to participate in this. Not every bank will be participating in the exchange of this. So certain banks will be allowed to do this. So you could go to a bank and you can exchange your currency. Now, it's not going to be with the teller. It will be a certain separate area of the bank to do this, and they will be able to exchange your ZIM because ZIM now is being treated as currency. So, um, those that are confused by that, you can go to certain banks, but we don't have the information, you know, how you'll be able to go. Once it happens, then the rules of engagement will come out. Until then, we're not there yet. There are people that have signed up with private groups. Now, if you signed up with those private groups, you will get an email from that group on where to go and do your exchange. Um, Here's another thing I want to talk about because this is very confusing for people. You have the GCR, which is the global currency reset, and you have the RV on the other side. And imagine over here you have the GCR, and over here you have the RV, and there is a line down the middle separating them. On the GCR side, you have the world global settlements. You have historical assets. You have fines and penalties. You have adjudicated. You have prosperity. You have CMKX. You have farm claims. You have American Indians. And there could be other ones thrown in there. But that's on this side of the ledger. On this side of the ledger, the RV, the historical assets are what provides for the Tier 4B. So you have Dubai 1 and 2, you have Tier 4A, and Tier 4B on this side of the ledger. So hope that understands how this is set up. The historical assets is what is providing the liquidity for D1, D2, Tier 4A, Tier 4B. Another thing that's very confusing for people is I have a lot of people say, the goalpost keeps being moved every week, every week, every year. How do you know this is going to happen? Because it just seems like it's not going to. Well, let me explain this. This GCR RV is not just for US, for Iraq, for Vietnam, and certain other currencies, other countries. It is a complete global currency reset, which means every single country is participating in this. The playing field is being leveled across the board for every country. You're not going to have superpower countries that um, have their dollar or their currency is worth so much more, and other countries are in abject poverty because they're have been suppressed all these years. Everybody will be on a level playing field. So what does that mean? It means that this golden age that we've heard about is every single country participates in the golden age. It's not just America, it's every country is going to participate. This is for the world. What does that mean? It also means Nasara, Nessara, or Gesara, Gesara, which is for the entire world. They're all going to have debt relief as well. So, per those laws, Nessara Gesara laws, every country has to be at peace. So, what do we still have going on? Which this can explain why there's still a little delay. We still have Ukraine that's not cleaned up. We still have South Africa having problems down there. And there is Israel. So, for this to happen, all those need to be at peace, and we're not there yet. Um, and Iraq, there's still issues with Iraq and Iran, and that's being worked out because the Treasury Secretary team has been there and they are working out all those issues. Trump had made a statement that Ukraine could end their war and their fight going on in one day. All these other ones can be ended in a day. It doesn't have to take months or years. So don't panic, everybody. I just want you to know we have to have peace. This is for the entire world. It's not just for the USA, it's not just for certain select countries. Every country needs to be at peace. When you see all of that happen, then you'll know we're there and it can happen very quickly. So I hope that clears up where we're at with everything. I'm still hearing very good news. Things are progressing, things are moving, but we have to take care of these other issues that have not been dealt with. So that's where we're at for this week. Stay positive, everybody, because we will get there. All right, take care. Have a great weekend. I'll check in next week. Bye.